Sometimes when I can't understand it, just no, it's next watch is time, right? And on my match doing all these one jokes. And she goes, I've just had enough. And I said, what's up? I've had enough of your friends coming over to me with thick, stupid one jokes. I said, look, I'll time enough. Cut it down. Because no, whatever. I'll prove it to you. No matter all blonde was done with that big proof. I said, look, big white, blood street, blood street, and you've got to get up there and move. Get a 12-hour shift, and then that day, it was the morning for That's up in Gross, not fresh paint. All of a sudden, you get a very good job of painting. I can't paint for shit. Right? This one makes it very good.
Souza. Number 4, Jamal Ali. Wearing the captain's armband, number 3, Benjamin Collins. Number 15, Chop Dow. And number 18, Anthony Theodoropoulos.
Well, it's a good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's round 16 NPL men's match between the hosts, Heidelberg United, and the visiting St Albans Saints, coming to you live from Olympic Village, all thanks to NPL Victoria's YouTube page. My name is Alex Sifkorowski, and joining me for the very first time this year is Lockie Avil. Welcome, Lockie.
Good evening, Alex. Thanks for having me here. It's going to be an exciting night of football for sure. I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely. It's a huge game for both these sides for very different reasons. As first place, Heidelberg United are currently on a 13-game win streak. It is a club record, going for 14 in a row, versus a Dinamo side that is currently in a relegation battle and in 12th place. And they have not won a game since round 7 when they won 3-0 against Port Melbourne. And they've only picked up 1 point since then. So they're up against the league leaders this evening, who are absolute fine form. And the last time they actually dropped points, Lockie, was in round 5. It was a 3-2 loss to Dandy Thunder, and since then have gone from strength to strength.
Yeah, they've been on an extraordinary run, haven't they? You throw in some cup games in there as well, I think, but the run is 16 at the moment, wins in a row for Heidelberg, which is an amazing number, a club record. And they're going to look to go one better tonight and extend that here.
Absolutely, and as we mentioned, these two teams, they did meet each other at round 3 at a neutral venue at Tomset Stadium, and that time it was the Burgers winning 2-1 thanks to Bull Juash and Asahi Yokokawa, and Emmanuel Peters scored for Dinamo that day. Head-to-head, though, very, very close, Lockie. It is 33 games played, 14 to the Burgers, 6 draws, and 13 to Dinamo. So they're pretty close between these two teams, despite the latter position.
Yeah, pretty close all time. Obviously, Heidelberg will go into this game with a lot of confidence. This fixture last time out, they won it 6-0 as well. So at this venue, in recent form, they're feeling pretty good.
You mentioned the last time out. The last time St Albans have beaten Heidelberg at Olympic Village, we have to go back all the way to round 7, April 3rd, 2022. It was a 2-0 win that day, and since then they've sort of had a pretty poor patch of runs. So today, Lockie, I'll hand it over to you so you can start with the starting lineups.
So for the hosts, Heidelberg United, in goals is Yaron Souza. Number 3, Benjamin Collins. Number 4, Jamal Ali. Number 6, Anthony Lesiotis. Number 7, Fletcher Fulton. Number 8, Mohamed Aidara. Number 9, Bull Juach. Number 11, Sabit Ngor. Number 14, Ryan Lethlean. Number 15, Chok Dow. And number 16, Asahi Yokokawa. On the bench is number 12, Dalibor Markovic. Number 17, Jay McGowan. Number 18, Anthony Theodoropoulos. Number 19, Peter Klaassen. Number 20, Max Bassetto. And number 22, Ryan Govan.
So pretty strong lineup there from John Anastasiadis. A bit of a change-up for Cam Watson there, with Marko Bulic getting the starting gig here tonight. And going to be a tough ask against a side that is playing really good football here. So Heidelberg in their usual black and yellow strips. St Albans playing in their white. It'll be interesting to see how they go this afternoon or this evening. Referee is Prakansaf Sharishta. So I'm sure he'll be hoping for an easy game this evening, but anything can happen, Lockley. Who's your tip for tonight?
Look, obviously the ladder shows it one way. Heidelberg is sitting up top, but we know that the way this team plays under John Anastasiadis, there will be moments. They're very aggressive when they hold the ball and they build up. And if St Albans can catch them out in moments, then the transition opportunities are there.
Absolutely there. So we welcome you all wherever you're watching around the world. Thank you for tuning in into tonight's 4 games this Friday evening. So plenty of football to go around. And it's a pretty patient build-up here by Heidelberg. It's a style of play that John Anastasiadis likes to play a very tactical game plan, as Lockie, you read through the St Albans lineups.
So for St Albans, number 2, Gideon Arok. Number 3, Alec Mills. Number 5, Fletcher McFarlane. Number 9, Michael Platz. Number 10, Oliver Drasilovic. Number 13, Joseph Colina. Number 18, Joshua Galevsky. Sorry, I think I made one or two mistakes in there. We had a little bit of trouble with the lineups pre-game, didn't we, Alex?
We have indeed. That's not too worried there, but very unchanged. Maybe a tactical change here. Alex Mills coming across to the left-back position. So, interesting call there, as to seeing a couple of changes by Cam Watson. Fletcher McFarlane playing that centre-back role, as a ball over the top to Platt. He goes wide to the right-hand side. Another ball back in, but plenty of numbers there for Heidelberg. And they clear to go forward here. And offside flag is raised there. Home fans will never be happy regardless of the call there. But, Lockie, what do St Albans do you feel need to do here tonight to sort of upset Heidelberg?
Well, whenever we have a team lower down in the table, you're fighting for points here and there to save yourself from relegation. You obviously have to be resolute in defence, and this Heidelberg team has been very good, scoring plenty of goals, as we know. But to score their goals, St Albans, as we say, it has to be those moments in transition. They're going to push their fullbacks really high, Heidelberg, and allow a lot of numbers advantage in transition for St Albans. So capitalising on those moments is going to be the most important.
Well, home fans in full voice here this evening, as Jamal Ali playing it short here. And it goes back to Moadara. Ben Collins, hasn't he been instrumental for Heidelberg in defence? They are the best defending team in the league and also second best in attack, so quite a good mixture there from Johnny A here. An exciting brand of football, Lockie, as we've seen over the past couple of seasons. Heidelberg probably not playing to their best, or a different style of football. This year they've definitely been probably one of the teams to really watch out for. Yeah,
absolutely. Some say exciting. Some maybe more traditionalist heads would say, why is the keeper so far up with the ball at his feet? But it does produce plenty of exciting moments, and that's what Johnny A has done to this team. So they are a lot of fun.
Sabit Ngor trying to get it through now. It's a good transition of play here for Heidelberg as they send numbers for them. Dinamo trying to get numbers behind the ball. The cross comes in. It's cleared. They get a chance to go forward here. Not much movement in the middle of the park here. Allows Heidelberg to get back into place, and it's a free kick given away.
Anthony Lesiotis in the middle. He has that role of being that single pivot in defence, needs to know when to take a little foul here and there, just relieve some pressure on his team.
Chance now for Dinamo. Gets a deflection, and it'll be a throw in here. So both teams really just sussing each other out here, Lockie, just seeing who's going to really show their cards early. Dinamo holding on, but we know that Heidelberg can really just flick a switch and really change the game and attack at all expenses.
Yeah, and now that we're over the halfway point through the season, everyone's kind of obviously established where they're sitting in the league at the moment. Obviously, St Albans in the relegation zone currently, but there is a lot of teams around them. So we're not at that do-or-die point just yet where they have to be too desperate for points. So working themselves into a game of football and seeing what they can get from it.
Chance now for Dinamo to try to get possession, but they turn it over cheaply now, going forward in the middle. Mills comes out to meet it. Again, No one really claiming the ball. Desperate defending here. Heidelberg win it back again. A long ball over the top. It's going to be a foot race here. Bullich comes out. He had to. Nervous. Couple of moments there for Dinamo as Platt brings it down, but just not on the same page as his teammate and allows Heidelberg to win it back.
Not allowed too much of a gentle introduction into NPL football this season for number 1, Bullich for St Albans. Had to be quick off his line.
Will we see more of that as the game progresses here, as it's a throw here for Dinamo? They go back to Arok. McFarlane. As Galevsky to his left on the wing, chose to ignore, goes back to Arok. High press here from the Heidelberg forwards. Look to play it down the line. And they win it back again easily here. They're very good at winning the ball back here. They play it back. They clear it up. Arok meets it. McFarlane again. And a free kick going in the way of Dinamo. Opening minutes here. Lockie, what have you seen so far from the two teams?
Clearly from Heidelberg, the intent is to be very aggressive. They're coming out, as we can see, a kind of 4-2-4 in their press. They're not willing to allow St Albans too much time on the ball. And especially when you're at home, it can be very effective. You don't want the opposition to settle, as we've talked about. That's the important thing for St Albans to do. As they break forward here, a little bit of a loose touch, and we see the result of that pressure coming off. Out wide to Dow, but the pass is just astray.
Good crowd in here on a Friday evening to watch these sides. Chance now for Heidelberg to muster up an attack here. And that time, Jamal Ali just running out of space.
He was second best on that occasion, and he's going to get a little bit of a talking to for his language towards the referee as well. But he is a player who is set to have a very pivotal role in this game, as we see the home fans, what they think of Jamal Ali getting a little bit of a talking to. He's listed as the notional right back, Alex, but as we know from how he plays in this team, you can find him all over the park. Well,
for a right back, he's doing quite well. 6 goals this season, so that's a very good return from a right back here. Most teams, their forwards haven't scored 6. It's a lovely ball up forward now. A chance here for Heidelberg. Good save by Bullich. And that was a big moment in the game there. He stood his ground, but really that should have been 1-0 there. Sabit and Gore probably disappointed him put away.
Yeah, and just as we introduced Jamal Ali into the match, he plays a pinpoint pass through to Sabit Inyor. And as you're right, Alex, you put their money on him for a score from that position, but Marco Bullich in his first game of the season is being called upon very early for St Albans.
So first real chance going to the Burgers. Dinamo standing tall in that one. Just notice the forwards now, just easing off a little bit, allowing some space now. Dinamo looking to get a ball into the box. It comes in straight at Souza that time. Probably should have done better there.
It's all about the quality of the cross, isn't it? And we think about the way that Heidelberg love to hold the ball as they do, and we're seeing right now. You can't help but think that St Albans aren't going to get too many of those opportunities. So when it counts, the ball is key.
Nothing really on in front of Heidelberg. They turn it over now. It's a chance. Going forward, Dragicevic just slides it through. Cross comes in. It's gone in. Through a sea of legs. And it's Dinamo who get us underway here. Talk us through it there, Lockie.
Talking about key moments. The number 10 in midfield for St Albans, Oliver Jasigovic, picks the pocket in midfield and releases the ball out to Gulevsky. That is a big, big goal for St Albans. 1-0 away from home to the team on top of the ladder in NPL Victoria, Heidelberg United. And that sets the tone now for this one. Heidelberg must push forward, must take the precedent to them.
Well, Joey Monet gets us underway here. That's his third goal of the season. And what a start this is for Dinamo. As you mentioned, Oliver Dragicevic pickpocketing the midfield of Heidelberg, and then Gillespie put it into the hot spot and allowed Monet just to come in and slide it in. And they go forward now. So the Burgers behind early on here. How does Dinamo hold on here? Linnea's number forward. Offside, not called there by referee, and they come away for it again here. Good challenge in the end there. That's a bit of a stiff call there. I thought it was a clean tackle from Lesiotis. Not sure how you seen it, Lockie.
Yeah, no, perhaps a little bit unlucky, but if you're Johnny A, you want to see that kind of response. You want to see Anthony Lesiotis flying into a challenge like that. Again, probably fairly won, but when you go 1-0 down, and how often do we see it, right, in football? We talk about teams on the top of the bottom of the ladder. You can't afford to come in with these games with any kind of complacency, and St. Albans have obviously capitalised that early, and yeah, now all the precedent is right on Heidelberg to get one back.
Home fans just letting the referee know about the decision, but we've just got to respect it and move on here. There's plenty of time left to go in this game. But what can St. Albans do to hold on to this lead now? They can't rest on their laurels. They know Heidelberg is a very good side. At some stage will apply the pressure and really release the players to attack. Can they hold on to it is the question.
Well, interestingly, obviously they're very keen to play out from the back here, Dinamo, as they release down the right, and they've found space. The ball is overhit, though. Obviously, 10 minutes when you go 1-0 up against a team is way too early to even consider about changing what you're doing. But against a team like Heidelberg, with the pressure they can present, the insistence to play out from the back is obviously always a dangerous one. But as we've seen, if you get overloads in midfield, you can present opportunities forward.
McFarlane not taking any chances there. Happy to concede a throw. So Heidelberg now turn their attention to attack through Jamal Ali. Looking for options. Not able to bring it down there was Buljuach.
Yeah, nice little set piece throw routine going around the back. Juach didn't work that time, but they'll get another chance from the exact same spot.
Quickly taken throw, Ali again. Good work here. Getting it by the byline here and just running out of space there, and it'll be a goal kick for Dinamo.
Yeah, good combinations there from Heidelberg. Just the interplay from Adara to run in behind, but good defending from McFarlane. And they're going to need a lot of that as they go through in this game. Well, 13 minutes into a game is very early to be receiving a delay of game warning from the referee.
Well, players have been warned, so he knows going forward. It's very early to time waste here. As Dinamo mustering up another attack here. Just slipping at the last second there as coming through was left lean. They switch it out wide. Probably not the right ball as Maradara clears. Back into play, Platt. Well, good turn from Platt there, but just had too many yellow shirts around. No advantage played there.
No, and the referee's got a busy night ahead of him already, as we can tell. Just a little tug of the shirt there from Platt.
Mikael Platt. Probably not the season he wanted. 4 goals so far this season, so his transfer from Hume City hasn't exactly set to right end. Well, Yaron Souza's going to get a yellow card here.
I can only assume that was for something he said.
Well, the referee's not happy. He's given out a yellow card to Souza, so that puts Souza on the back foot now. He's got to think about how he approaches the game, so that's something that St Albans need to take advantage of and put the pressure on. It's cleared by Collins, but Mills wins it back. Galevsky now going forward, tries to slide it through. They go wide again. Monet can open it up here. Plays it back in on the edge of the box. The shot comes in, takes a deflection. It's 2! Would you believe it? It is 2-0 to Dynamo. Unbelievable scenes here at Olympic Village.
Well, football doesn't care who's on top of the ladder, Alex, and football doesn't care who's in the relegation zone. Sometimes games in 90 minutes come down to moments that you can't control despite how well football you're playing. And for St Albans, they scored a very nice goal early on, and it's a deflection here to take them 2-0 up. And all of a sudden, just 15 minutes into this game, the dynamic is completely different.
Well, Joseph Chelina will be credited with that goal. It did take a deflection. That's his first for the season, his third goal in his NPL career. An absolute stunned silence crowd here at Olympic Village. And Lockie, I don't think anyone would have expected this.
No, well, the crowd can't believe what they've seen, have they? They've seen their Heidelberg team, who have won 12 games for only 2 losses. Well, it is getting emotional out there, isn't it? And when you're so far up and you're losing suddenly 2-0 down in 15 minutes, you're going to be emotional, aren't you?
Especially now that Souza's on a yellow, so he has to be cautious going out with the attack. Well,
what is Cam Watson thinking right now? You've come away to Heidelberg. You're 2-0 up within 15 minutes. The traditional football brain would be screaming at you to shut up shop, but we've still got so much football to play. You see Idara, 1-on-1 down the wing. Ngor cutting inside on his left foot. Shot deflected well. Ali to Lesiotis. Distributing the shot from distance. What a save, Bullich.
It was a solid effort there from Heidelberg, but Bullich was up for it. And that's just got to get the juices flowing now as a keeper. But they've got to turn their attention to defence. Has that awakened Heidelberg here? Cross to come. Taking their time. Eventually the ball comes in near post. It's headed away. It's all Dynamo now. They can go forward here. They're streaming numbers forward. Desperate run back here from the Heidelberg defenders. And they've done well to slow things down. Yes. A good turn of events here. If you're a Dynamo fan, you can't believe what's happening to you. If you're a Heidelberg fan, you probably feel the same, but just for different reasons.
Yeah, absolutely. But we should pay credit to Dynamo as well, because as much as that shot was a wicked deflection, better than most teams, I would say, that Heidelberg have played so far. The way that St Albans are pressing when Heidelberg have the ball deep in defence, they're actually not allowing a lot of those usual combinations to advance them into midfield. So they've created the opportunities for themselves, and we said they were going to be important to take them when they come, and so far they have.
Well, there's plenty of time left to go, over 70 minutes of football. That will seem like a lifetime if you're a Dynamo supporter. But anything can happen. We know has Heidelberg's win streak coming to an end here this evening. Time will tell. Mills clears. One back here, Ali. Turn by Aidara. Chance now. He gets around Bullich. Still going. He's back on his feet. They're lining up. And that'll be a corner. And that was a huge let off there. Lockie, that should have been easily in the back of the net.
Yeah, and I think just a dragged wide shot in the end by Anthony Lesiotis arriving on the far side. It was great interplay from Idara in the midfield, playing in behind. Bourgeois beat the keeper, but just taken too wide, can't get the ball out of his feet. And St Albans scramble home. and there's just enough numbers there to put pressure on the shot, and the ball goes out for a goal kick. That's another one of those moments.
It is indeed. Good work by Marko Bulic. He did enough to slow things down. In the other game, in the Dandenong City and Thunder, that is just kicked off. That's 0-0 in the all Dandenong clash there. We'll give you live updates as the scores come through. But this one here, it is 2-0 to Dinamo. Yeah, it's going to be a free kick, looks like, for a handball. And I might want to be careful here. Anthony Lesiotis, we know he has a decent free kick. He's got a couple of goals this season from set plays. You would think he's with a chance here.
Yep, it's a good area. Just in that kind of 45-degree angle, so distance isn't going to be a problem. As the ball is positioned exactly where it is supposed to be. I think by the way the two players are standing over this ball, there's only one outcome by the looks of it.
Shot comes in. Just needed a bit more dip in the end, and Dinamo survive. Lucky you asked before, what does Cam Watson need to do? I think just like you said, just continue to do the same things. Don't try to do anything different. Still think the game is 0-0. Don't think you're ahead, because you know Heidelberg can easily put a couple of goals past you. But they've just got to continue playing this game. And don't give it away cheaply, if you're like. They've just got to be very, very sure with their passing forwards and backwards.
Absolutely. And you know, the stakes of a game like this, when you're in a relegation battle, you're looking for moments that the team can cling on to and act as motivation for the rest of the season. And holding on to a 2-0 lead here, that's more than just 3 points. That's the opportunity to say you beat the league leaders and take that through to every training session and every game for the rest of the season.
Platt, nice little touch, shot comes in, and that's not going to trouble Souza. Well, it doesn't get any bigger here for Dinamo. They play South Melbourne away next week. That is a huge game if the result stays this way. Well, for Heidelberg, they play Preston at Preston's ground. So Preston will be watching this very closely this evening, seeing where they can pretty much attack them. And Cam Watson's given a bit of a blueprint here as they go forward again now, out wide to Galevsky. Will get to take his man on. Shot comes in near post. Good save by Souza. They're up and about, Dinamo, Lockie. They're up and about.
Yeah, well tested there. Galevsky with a shot. Looked like it was just sliding in at that near post of Yaron Souza. But again, they are setting up well off the ball, and they're causing turnovers in midfield. And if you're not allowing Heidelberg to play through the lines, well, we're seeing what the result of that is, aren't we?
Corner here for Dinamo. Cross comes in, it's deep. Punched away by Souza. It's kept in by Heidelberg now. They can play it out from the back here. Ball upfield, but Dinamo have plenty of numbers back. That time left lane. Happy to take it to the line.
Of course, Avondale will be watching on with great interest as well. If Heidelberg do indeed drop points tonight, then they have a chance to go top of the league against Melbourne Knights tomorrow afternoon. 3 p.m. kick-off at Avenger Stadium. And given how tight this race is, of course, just 1 point separating the two teams as we sit. And then a decent 5-point gap back to Oakley. So it really, at the moment, is between these two teams, Heidelberg and Avondale, for the title.
Galevsky back to Mills. McFarlane. Playing it out wide here on the coach's side, so happy to hold on to the ball. Little flick there by Ngor, but couldn't get it to his marker. Good pinch there from Galevsky. One back again by Heidelberg now. Good challenge there on Adara. They get a throw.
Yeah, scrappy little game of ping pong, turnovers galore in the middle of the field. We saw the initial turnover from Anthony Lesiotis in midfield, really scrapping for the ball, trying to win it back. He seems extremely motivated.
Adara just told to come back a little bit, go short, and it's just not working for him this evening, Lockie. Just doesn't seem, I hate to use the word, a little bit rattled. You don't really see Heidelberg rattled too often tonight. They seem just a little bit rattled.
Yeah, and that throw-in really sums up their night so far. Just not quite what they needed it to be. And I guess we're asking about what's going on in the head of Cam Watson. Well, his team are putting the opposition under the pump at home, so why change, really?
Mills to bring it in. Brought down by Platt. Well, good run here, but the referee's always going to call a foul there. Souza. Dinamo trying to get numbers behind the ball here. They're sort of playing a Souza as a centre-back to get that extra man from the wing-backs to go forward and just have enough space. But if they bring him out, they've got to be careful. It's a free kick there and the yellow card. So, chance now for Heidelberg.
Yeah, so bringing Yaron Souza up and playing him on the ball, he's essentially becoming a centre-back in a back three as Collins and Lethlean split so wide and their fullbacks advance further up the field. It's what's given them great success, and it allows them to get overloads in midfield, and when you get the ball forward, you find extra numbers in spaces where most teams wouldn't have them. But so far, just the mid-block standing off a little bit from St Albans and dominating the passing lanes where Heidelberg are looking to play, as we say, it is proving very effective in stifling their progression down the field.
Well, it's a big turnover here now. Dinamo stream forward and no advantage. The referee's going to call it back.
And that's going to not endear himself to the home fans anymore, obviously consulting with his associates on the far side. It did look a foul on the off, but that delayed whistle is never going to help you.
Well, got saved there by the referee. That was a huge call. He needed to make it as Collins looks to go down the line. Bullich will be happy to pick that one up. Other games this evening, Oakley, Port Melbourne will kick off at 8:15 and at 8:30, Hume City and Green Gully. So plenty of football for you this evening as Divan playing it into the middle. They'll go back to Mills. A rock, got a bit of space on the right-hand side. He goes wide again. Dinamo just surge numbers forward. The cross wasn't the greatest. One back.
And here we go again. Usually this is where Heidelberg love to live. But St Albans, they seem extremely comfortable in this scenario as well. They're allowing them to play the ball around the back. You can see Jamal Ali on the near side, perhaps just in the bottom right corner of your screen, getting really high up the field. But he's been ineffectual so far. And then another turnover.
Turnover again here. Good work there from Chelina. Dinamo just needed to find somebody as they go forward now. Heidelberg out wide. A little dink over the top, but he's onside. Cross comes in, headed away by Mills. St. holding on here as Mills plays it up to Dragicevic. Probably should have attacked the ball there, Dragicevic, and it will be a throw.
Yeah, we've seen Anthony Lesiotis come in those moments a couple of times now You can't allow, if you're St Albans in the midfield there, just don't allow yourself too much time to feel comfortable. Because Lesiotis is there as he picks up the ball again in midfield.
Another poor turnover. One back here by Dinamore now. They can go forward. Looking for options. Concede a bit of ground. Half an hour played here at Olympic Village. It's Dinamore leading 2-0. Gillespie tried to play it through the line. One back by Collins now. And a free kick given away there by Diven.
You get the feeling they just need to calm themselves down a little bit, Heidelberg. They can't afford to get sucked in to dealing with the referee. They've got to put 2 goals on the board.
Good ball over the top here. Ngor cuts back in on his left. His shot comes in. And Sabit Ngor gets one back for Heidelberg.
And there you go. An individual stepping up in a moment. He was on the byline with the ball. He should never have been allowed that much space to cut in on his left foot. And Alex, that's what good players do in clutch moments. They find space when there probably shouldn't be any. He's failed to close down in time and tucks it away up high into the net.
Alex Mills there, probably be disappointed with that one. It was great work by Ngor. He made them pay. It's 2-1 now. And that might have just changed the game a little bit here.
And now you've got to press on. You can't afford to put your throat off the gas. Keep your foot down. Keep going hard.
That's Ngor's 4th goal of the season. And the pressure is back on Dinamore now.
And doesn't he love his Heidelberg shirt? Sabit Ignor had a very successful season last year at the Burgers. Got his move up to the Central Coast Mariners. Played a little bit of A-League football. And has returned back on loan for this season to some familiar surroundings. And looks like it's appeared to do him some well.
Well, the home fans now in full voice. They're happy with the outcome there, but they need another goal here. And that's got to hurt St Albans. You've got to think there, Lockie. They did everything right in the first 30 minutes, but unfortunately just a lapse in concentration and Sabit Ngor magic has made them pay.
Yeah, as the cliche goes, that can happen sometimes with a 2-0 lead. And again, it's probably similar to how Heidelberg started the game, right? You can't afford those lapses in concentration, and unfortunately, although St Albans do hold the lead, of course, they probably shouldn't have allowed that much space in the penalty box, especially for a player of the quality of Sabit Ignor.
It's a late challenge there from Diven. And could he be in trouble here? And Josh Diven.
Yeah, I don't think he was ever going to escape without a booking given the context of this match so far. He was late from my angle, studs onto the toes potentially. The referee looking to pay advantage, but when it wasn't there, whistle and the yellow card had to be shown.
On a cold night at Olympic Village, it's got to sting. Ben Collins back on his feet, which is a good sign, but Diven that time probably should have just toned down aggression a little bit.
But it's a fine line, isn't it, Alex? You want that intent. You want to see your players running hard and fighting hard for the ball.
Burgers now looking to press on here. Look for a second goal on the edge of the box. Shot comes in. Oh, took a deflection there. And Ngor again had his eyes on goal. And it's going to be a throw quickly taken here by the Burgers. Cross comes in. Did take a deflection, brought down well. Lesiotis. Plenty of white shirts, cleared in the end, but only to turn it over again. And eventually Dinamo clear for the line.
And you can see since that goal, the energy has come back into the Heidelberg side a little bit. Get the ball quickly off the throw-ins, get it back into play, move the ball forward. They know they're in this.
Good challenge there. Referee plays the advantage. Cleared by Dinamo. And it'll be a throw camera side here. 35 minutes played and it's Dinamo leading 2-1. Souza coming out here nearly at the halfway line as Collins looks for a dink over the top. Mills heads it back in. Dragicevic just outnumbered there. Going forward. The cross comes in. It's too deep. Well, it's kept in. Gets it by the byline into the hot spot here. Chance for a oh, it's cleared by Mills. Heidelberg just ramping up the pressure now.
Nice little one-on-one duel there, from Chok Dow on the left-hand side. And if you're Jamal Ali, you see the ball coming to your feet right on top of the penalty box. As it is now, it's gone across, though, to Mohamed Aidara. Across the face. And Chok Dow. Another one of those moments. The ball across to the edge of the 6-yard box and it goes 10 feet over.
That's gone into the temporary canteen there. And that was a big moment in the game for the Burgers. They're the chances you need to take, especially against a side that's battling relegation. Bullich to bring it in. Looking to go on the right-hand side. Platt put up a challenge. Ngor tried to flick it through. Mills. Good work here. Ngor getting it back. Looking to cut back on his left. Has a crack. Stayed wide.
There we see Mohamed Aidara just giving a little helping hand to Marco Bullich, resetting the ball for him for the goal kick. I wonder if you can, Watson. The lead has been reduced to just one goal, and as we see here, early in the game they were taking a lot of these goal kicks short. But I think what we're seeing now, going along a little bit more frequently, is probably a good decision because they've been very comfortable, as we say, with Heidelberg playing the ball around the back. It's been trying to play those passes through the midfield and risking that turnover is when Heidelberg have looked dangerous.
As Collins looks to go on the left-hand side. Platt brings it down. Lovely ball out wide now. Dinamo looking to go. Trying to get around his marker. And that'll be a corner here. So good result in the end. Two nil's a very tough scoreline to defend. You know, you can't be too comfortable. You know that any team scores one, the pressure's back on you. But I feel now that it's 2-1, it's maybe just a psychological shift here for Dinamo. They've got a good chance here. The cross comes in near post. And they'll get another corner here. No changes in the score at Dandenong Thunder and Dandenong City. In the local derby there, it's still 0-0. Cross comes in. Headed away by Collins. Heidelberg now turn their attention to attack. This is where they're dangerous. Good challenge there. I don't think that was a yellow. Chelina thought it was a fair challenge. But the referee thought otherwise. How did you see it, Lockie?
I mean, it'd be interesting to see the replay. I think if you're deciding it is a foul, I think the yellow card is reasonable. Heidelberg are breaking forward in numbers. I think that's fair. I think that's a fair card. We've just seen the replay in front of us. Shalina doesn't appear to play the ball.
So, under 5 minutes left to go here at Olympic Village before halftime comes. Can Heidelberg get another? Or will Dinamo hold on here? Nothing really on. They turn it over again. Diven. Just too many yellow shirts around him. Good run here from Ngor. Plays it into the middle of the park now. They can switch it out to the left-hand side. It's a flick over the top. Too much on there.
Credit to Anthony Lesiotis. Persistently in this first half has been the man in midfield for Heidelberg who's willing to put in the hard yards and do some of the tough stuff to win the ball back.
Cleared by Dinamo. Ooh, Galevsky there. Play on, says the referee. Ali. Good touch out wide to Ngor. Gets around his marker. One back again now. Heidelberg really pressing hard. Lesiotis. Going back to left lean. Collins, last man back. They go wide. Yokokawa now switching to the right-hand side. Ngor. Yokokawa's there. Cross comes in. Just a bit too high. Chance at the back. Desperate defending from Dinamo. Low cross there. And a handball given.
I think that right side for Heidelberg, we're seeing Sabitinho the last, 10 minutes really since he scored the goal. He's coming into a lot of good play. He's feeling a lot of confidence. His one-on-ones have looked good and they're getting numbers in support. We saw Yokokawa drift over to the right side. Of course, Jamal Ali makes his presence known in that area of the field as well. It's clearly where they're getting the better of their opportunities into the final third.
So, under 3 minutes to go here. There's a chance for Platt. They head it back to Souza. No real options here for Souza. Just has to slow things down. Has to throw to Collins. And Mills deemed to handball there. Accidental.
A yellow card is going to be brandished here for kicking the ball away. Delay of play.
Mikael Platt.
Much to the delight of the home support. Not exactly subtle.
Souza. As we head into the final minutes before half-time here at Olympic Village. Chance for Mo Odara, cutting into the middle. Good run here from Odara. Slides it through, but fortunately Duach not on the same page.
Yeah, nice run from Idara. You can see a great example of what St Albans are doing there. They're pressing, but at particular moments. The trigger is often a pass out to the wide fullbacks in those areas. If Yaron Souza or one of the centre-backs has the ball, no worries, we'll sit off you. But we'll attack you when the ball goes wide. But if you've got a player like Mohamed Idara off the ball, if he can go around you one-on-one like that, then that's quite a nice asset to have for Heidelberg.
Lesiotis looks to go to the right-hand side. Finds Ngor, good touch. Mills, Dragicevic. Turnover again. Ali down, and it's going to be a free kick in a very dangerous position now.
Yeah, and they're getting a lot of credit for the way they've worked themselves into the back end of this second half, Heidelberg. They're feeling much more comfortable going through the midfield. And we can see St Albans they're the ones who have been under pressure, obviously, the final 15, 20 minutes of this first half. And they're given some chances away, and we're going to see a free kick here from a reasonable distance. But another guilted chance.
Yokokawa over the ball. So will he be tempted to go for goal, do you think, Lockie?
It's a bit far out, isn't it, you'd think? You got a couple of tall timber on the far side.
So Yokokawa now. Can he find the back of the net here? It's Yokokawa. Oh! It was awkward there from Bullich. They get a corner.
Yeah. First start of the season. It might have just jumped up on him a little bit off the grass. Maybe I'm being generous. I don't know.
Well, luckily that was going wide, as if it was on target, might have been in the back of the net. It's a corner here for the Burgers. Can they find something here before half time? The cross comes in. It's in swinging. It's still not out of trouble, Dinamore here. Plenty of numbers in the back line. Shot comes in, saved by Bullich. Collins out wide. Chuach, desperate defending here. Dinamore have numbers back. Platt puts a challenge in. Dragicevic. Heidelberg. Mills cuts that one off. He sends it down the line to ease the pressure.
Ryan Lethlean just at the far post there. Obviously, the centre-back going up for corners. Not often you find yourself with the ball at your feet, about 8 yards out from goal. But didn't quite do just enough to put it past Bullich.
That's going to be a free kick for Dinamore.
We can see Johnny A on the sideline, the Heidelberg coach, absolutely furious that his team allowed a foul to be given away in that situation, because it's those kind of moments where you want to keep the pressure on, and just a little challenge like that and a foul blown by the referee just releases that pressure. And obviously we're not too far away from the conclusion of this first half now, and you want to take all the moments you can.
There's Dinamore get us back underway. Gilevsky put up a challenge. Platt tried to do too much there. Platt now. Chance for the Burgers. Ngor tries to slide it through. Odara. Cross comes in. It'll be another corner here. We feel probably the last bit of the game before half time here. Not sure what's happening here. Luckily, the post is in our way. You might have to describe the action.
Yeah, just a little warning. I will admit, I'm not sure exactly what it's about, but can't afford to think about that. There's a Heidelberg cross coming in.
Cross comes in near post. Oh, he got on the end of it, but unfortunately went wide. And that'll be at half-time here at Olympic Village. And it's the visitors leading 2-1. Thanks to goals from Joseph Monet and Joseph Chelina. And for the Burgers, Sabit Ngor scored. Lockie, give us your thoughts on how the first 45 has gone here.
Well, obviously, if you're a St Albans supporter, you're feeling very happy because your team has taken a 2-1 lead against the league leaders away from home. It was an astounding opening 20 minutes. It really was. And they have to be credited for the way they set up off the ball. They really stifled what Heidelberg were trying to do, and it resulted in
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this round 16 clash between Heidelberg United and St Albans Dynamo, coming to you live from Olympic Village. Alex Sifkorowski and Lockie Avil here, bringing you the live coverage for the second half. And Lockie, it's a surprise result as Dynamo leading 2-1, but they got off to a flyer, but then Heidelberg pegged them back.
Yeah, and it's set up a really exciting second 45 here for everyone, and it's going to be a fascinating finish to this game. What does St Albans do? They have the lead, well-defended corner. And how do Heidelberg press the issue? Obviously, they have 2 more goals until they get into this game, and they've got a little way to go until they achieve that here tonight.
As we mentioned at the start of the telecast, Heidelberg looking to make it 14 in a row in all competitions. Can Dynamo spoil that party? Dynamo last won here in 2022, round 7. It was a 2-0 win. Very similar result so far here. Lockie, what does Heidelberg need to do in the second 45 to get ahead of Dynamo? And what does Dynamo need to do to maintain the lead?
I think initially the key for Heidelberg is just to stay calm. Okay, there's 45 minutes. That is a lot of time, a lot of football left to be played. There's only a 1-goal margin now. You got to remember, so far, you've proven yourself as the best team in the competition up until the start of this round. So you're sitting on top of the league. You know you've got a lot of quality about you. You don't need to rush in and do anything too different until the latter stages of the games, and then maybe a little bit of change of play comes in. But it's just keep the same, at least for the first 15, 20 minutes, as we see Lesiotis getting stuck in. That's been a familiar theme for most of the game, and for St Albans, as they're seeing Ryan Lethlean make a real breakthrough here through midfield out to Yokokawa. It's a good start. It's a bit in your on the right foot, the cut back. It'll go out for a corner, and it's those kind of moments that St Albans are going to have to be really tight on to limit Heidelberg's attacking output. Very similar to the first half here. Heidelberg coming out strong, but Dynamo caught him out with 2 counter-punch goals. Can Dynamo hold on here and ease the pressure off? Already second corner of the second half. No changes made from either coach. Cross comes in near post. Oh, it's a chance. And it will be a goal kick. I think it was Collins just getting in foot. A couple of the defenders for Heidelberg moving forward in this match, getting their feet onto the ball at set pieces. A bit of an odd one, but doesn't really matter how you tuck them away, does it? As long as it goes in the back of the net, that's all that matters. I'll give you updates in the other game. The Dandy Derby is still 0-0. Oakley leading 1-0 against Port Melbourne, and Hume City and Green Gully is 0-0. That's in the 8th minute there, so we'll give you live updates as they come. There's a chance now. Cross is low, Mills clears. Brought down by Aidara. It was well done by Yokokawa just to find a little pocket of space out on the right-hand side. Would have liked the delivery just a touch more accurate to find the runner oncoming. Heidelberg now on the front foot. It's a lovely overlapping run here. Cross comes in, and it'll be another corner here for Dynamo. Early pressure on here in the second half. It's a third corner for them. Have to get numbers in the back here, Lockie, you feel? Yeah, absolutely. It's great, desperate defending there from Dynamo. Bodies on the line stuff, ball coming in at all angles, under a lot of pressure on early in this half. Cross comes in, into the hot spot. Cleared by Dynamo, it'll be a throw. Brought back in by Fulton. No real options for him. Lesiotis offered short, looks to go down the line. Will be another throw. Lesiotis quickly taken. They go back to Lethlean. He finds his compatriot in Collins. Spreading the field here is the Burgers. Cross comes in. Ooh. Another high ball into the box. Headed away. Yeah, it's a free kick to Dynamo. Yeah, fair enough. And we highlighted at the end of the first half that right-hand side in the attacking third for Heidelberg was where they were finding a lot of their joy, and Sabit Ignore, the goal scorer for the Burgers, he's been on it early in this half as well. We've seen Yokokawa drift out there into those pockets. Again, they're getting a lot of joy on that side.
As Bullich sends it forward. Free header. Brought down by Dow. And it'll be a throw for Dinamore now, right in front of us here. To be brought back in by James Exidius. Just going wide of Gillespie there. It's quickly taken that time by Fulton. One back by Dragicevic. Oh, Platt just took a slip there, but Monet get the back line now. Gets around his marker. Monet crosses it in low. Collins is there. Platt's got to be careful. He can't. He's a very fine margin. Mikael Platt is on a yellow card.
Absolutely, he's running that risk now. Obviously not exactly a dangerous breakaway from Heidelberg that he was denying, but all of a sudden, you know you're on your yellow, you're having a conversation with the referee 6 minutes into the second half. He's got to watch out.
A lot of holding. And Bullich. Oh. Eventually clears. Oh, it's a good ball over the top, but Platt's now got a lot of work to do. Plenty of numbers behind for Dinamore. The cross comes in. Cleared. And that was a dangerous ball into the box there, Lockie.
Yeah, well covered by Collins. He knew where his man was, knew where he was to be. And straight away, we saw just a small little trip on Marco Bullich, but it shows the intent that Heidelberg are coming out with. Not content to leave the keeper alone with the ball. Obviously, they have to press it forward here.
Rock, sorry. Rock makes a good run up the line. Zidius, good ball into the box. Diven got on the end of it, but just wide. That's a lot better from Dinamore.
Yeah, quite inventive little strike there from Diven as well. He knew he had to get in front of this man. The cross was coming in just around knee height. He can't do much more from there. I think he's done well to try and get a shot somewhat on target.
Good little flick on here. Heidelberg pushing forward. The challenge. They go wide again now. Trying to spread the field. Shot comes in. Rattles the bar. Looking to whip another ball into the box. Lesiotis. Trying to squeeze every bit of possession out of here. Shot comes in. That's not going to trouble Bullich there. Inches away there, Lockie, from making it 2-2.
Yeah, slightly mistimed shot from Yokokawa. Just getting his boot stuck in the grass a little is never going to challenge the goalkeeper. But how about that rocket from Mohamed Aidara? We could see the substitutes warming up in the far corner. They had a good look at it. Hands went immediately to the heads. Had a fair bit of pace on it. Inches away.
Left lean. Back to Collins. Playing in the middle to Ngor. Gets around his marker. He's been really solid. It's a bit Ngor. Oh. Good pressure here. Mills. No real foul there. And play on is called. Advantage here for the Burgers. They go wide. Gets around his marker. And that'll be another corner.
Another good run down that right-hand side. It wasn't Sabit Ingor that time. It was Mohamed Aidara who's finding some joy in those pockets as well. They seem to have found a good match-up there, Heidelberg, and they're very keen on exploiting it.
Yeah, just taking advantage of Mills there. Maybe something Cam Watson might need to get Michael Grigic in that spot as a cross comes in into the hot spot. It's headed away. Lesiotis shanks that one. And that's going to be a goal kick.
A little bit too much pressure there applied on Anthony Lesiotis. Couldn't quite commit to the full shot, and it goes out for a goal kick. But there's signs of life from Heidelberg here, really pushing the issue in the first 10 minutes of this half.
Left lane to Souza. Good press here from Dinamo. No allowing Heidelberg to go forward. Cleared by Mills. Finds Platt now. Was looking for a through ball to Monet. And now they've got a bit of space here. Dow cuts back into the middle on the edge of the box. Dow again. Can go further wide. This is good football here by Heidelberg. Cross comes in. And it's too long. And nothing comes out of that one.
You see the long ball's going to be collected up here by Ryan Lethlean. Just keep an eye, I reckon, on Fletcher Fulton at left back from Heidelberg. We can see Yaron Souza carrying the ball now out to Collins on the far side. We've seen the clear intent is to go down the right-hand side of the field, but as Chokdao runs onto this ball, St. Albans can't afford to leave the left side too open because here comes the right. And it's Yokokawa and the shot is blocked. Recovered those to Sabit Ignor on the far side. He lines up, beats his man, ball across. The save was just enough to keep it out, but the chance was there from Bourgeois to knock it home. And the St. Albans Dinamo just scraped clear.
It was desperate defending from the Dinamo backline. Fulton again. Trying to open it up. And that's gone out for a goal kick. Big moment in the game there, Lockie, that just couldn't find the back of the net.
Yeah, and St. Albans are on a huge amount of pressure here, as we're just going to have a slight pause in this game for some medical treatment. And boy, it's coming at just a nice time just to have a little bit of a breath. Calm yourselves down. This has been a really fast start to the second half, and Heidelberg have placed all the pressure onto St. Albans. And they must be considering themselves fairly fortunate to still be sitting here with a one-goal lead. Obviously, we saw a number of chances come in through that right side. And it was just a couple of feet away, that ball, from going over to the goal line.
We're giving updated other games in the Dandenong Derby. That's still half-time there, 0-0. Oakley leading 2-0 against Port Melbourne. And Hume City have taken a lead against Green Gully. Will this force a change here for Dinamo? They haven't seen anyone getting ready to come back on. Like you mentioned, Lockie, it might be just a good opportunity to interrupt the rhythm of the Burgers and frustrate them a little bit here.
Yeah, it's hard to know, obviously, from here exactly what's going on. It seemed like the conventional cramping stretch. But when you're this early in the game, no, he looks a little bit more sore than just a cramp there, doesn't he?
Yeah, Josh Diven there getting back on his feet, so that might force a change here for Dinamo. Who do they bring on? They got Lucas Burns. I'm just having a look to see on the far side who it is, number 7 and number 20. Number 7, that is right, Lucas Burns coming on, Josh Diven coming off. So probably the right time as well on a yellow card as well.
Yeah, get some fresh blood on, of course. Lucas Burns is no stranger to putting the ball in the back of the net himself this season. 5 goals across 12 appearances so far for St. Albans this season. But that's not their mission, Alex, this half. There's half an hour left in this game, plus stoppage time, of course. With a 1-goal lead, that's what they need to hang on to. And sorry, Alex. It's little moments like that. You have a goal kick. You have that time to release the pressure. If you're sending it straight back out for a throw-in, you're just inviting the pressure back onto you.
As the rock clears, only as far as Fulton. Lesiotis, probably been best on ground so far. Lovely ball down the line here. Shot comes in. Good work by Bulich. He's made some crucial saves in his game. He's keeping the Burgers out of float here, but that was a big moment again.
Yeah, brilliant save. Very aware to the danger. We've seen that little trick before. That's exactly how Jamal Ali scored his goal last time out against Melbourne Victory last weekend. That little inverted run and the flick over the keeper. Obviously, Marco Bulich has been doing his homework. He's been watching the highlights. He was aware to what was going on.
Corner comes in near post. It's flicked on. Straight at Bulich there again. Well, half an hour left to go here. Might seem like a lifetime for a Dinamo player and fan. But they really need to just hold it together for another 30 minutes to get a well-earned victory to come wide. Fulton again, really starting to liven up in the second half. Monet clears. There'll be a throw for Dinamo.
Good defending, Manek. Good strength.
Souza. They go wide to Collins now. A bit of space on the right-hand side. Good ball out wide. And that'll be a goal kick. I'm surprised that Dinamo haven't made a sub at left back there. Alex Mills has really struggled in this second half in particular. They're utilising Sabit and Gore's pace to get around him, and maybe just need to get an experienced campaigner on there. It's going to be a card. I'm assuming that's for Bulich.
I believe so, yes. We saw an early warning he received about 15 minutes into the game after St Albans had already taken their 1-0 lead. Don't take too long with the goal kicks. Get the ball back in play. And he's on a much stronger warning now.
Left lane, happy to see that one go over the line. Fulton to bring it back into play. Head of the way by Zidius. Brought down by Juash. Collins, lovely ball out wide. And Gore on the end of it. Cross comes in, cleared. Dinamo now turn their attention to attack. They go. Platt was making the run, but Collins cut it off. Just a little bit too casual here from Dinamo. They clear again, but plenty of yellow shirts here.
I think you're right, Alex. Cam Watson has to be thinking about what he can do to stop this relentless Heidelberg attack down the right-hand side. His left back, Alec Mills, the number 3 for St Albans. He has been struggling. He's not won a whole lot of one-on-one drills, but is there a better solution on the bench waiting to come in for him?
Well, they do have the usual captain, Michael Grigic. They got Jerome Charan, but at the moment, neither of them is lining up to come on. Souza going wide to Fulton. Heads it down. It's kept in by Dow. Squares in on edge of the box. Yokokawa shoots. Good save. The follow-up. Good block by Mills. And what a save by Bulich there.
It's his first game of the season for St Albans. He's come in under a real barrage from Heidelberg, especially in this second half. He's made a number of key saves now to preserve the lead for St Albans. And Heidelberg just persistently looking dangerous.
How much longer can he keep it as a cross comes in? Dinamo are able to bring it out. They send it upfield. McFarlane. And that's going to be a challenge by Fulton there. And that'll be a substitution here for Heidelberg. 15 and 20. So Choctaw coming off Max Bisetto, the young forward to come on.
Yep, so the one change from Heidelberg from their last league game last weekend is reversed. Max Bisetto now onto the left wing.
So Bisetto will slot on left-hand side here. The youngster having 4 goals to his name. So Zidius, Platt, Dragicevic. Advantage called here. Monet still down here. One back here by Dinamore. They can go forward. I was looking for a ball out wide to Monet. Plays it back to Zidius.
I think as soon as this play is whistled dead in some fashion, I think Fletcher Fulton has bought himself a ticket into the book. That's 2 rather average tackles just in the last 5 minutes. The referee made a clear point to his assistant. Remember that number. I think he's coming back to him.
Good bit of passage of play here for Dinamore now. A rock can go wide to Zidius. Happy to just hold up the play here. No real options. Dragicevic short. Mills. Bullich to a rock. Finds Zidius. Dragicevic. Good little 1-2 here. Good run here from Zidius. Still going forward. Maybe just a bit too much there. One back now. Trying to get on his left foot here. Out wide. Chance for Dinamore. The shot. It's Platt. He's offside.
Well, a dramatic few minutes from my angle, the right decision, offside. Platt just not in the position to legally place the ball into the net. And as we say, Fulton goes into the book for his earlier challenge about 2 minutes ago now.
So number 3 and number 4, so Mills will come off. It'll be Jerome Charan to replace him. I think that's a good decision there by Cam Watson. But that was an awkwardly close there from Platt. It was maybe just a tad bit offside.
Yeah, and of course, just a reminder for Heidelberg in this game that as dangerous as they've looked in the first, 25 minutes now in this second half, St Albans provide a threat, and we can see the intent. If they get opportunities in the front third, they're going to try to take them as well.
Almost heading into the 70th minute here at Olympic Village. It's no change from the halftime score as a rock sends it upfield. That time, Marian unable to, flicked on by Bisetto. Good work here, still going forward now. Dinamore win it back. Chelina has to concede a bit of ground. McFarlane, high ball over the top. Plenty of numbers back as Jamal Ali goes back to Souza.
And just a deep breath for both sides. It's been an absolutely frantic 5 minutes. Heidelberg need to get themselves back in those patterns. We see Fulton breaking forward. The ball forward to Yokokawa, just not quite on the same wavelength, and St Albans will recover.
Bullich looks upfield. Strong header. Dragicevic gets around his marker now. Dragicevic finds Gilevsky out wide to Sharon. Back to Gilevsky. Looks like Monet has moved to that left back position. Sorry, right back. Got to be careful here, Dinamore. Can't turn it over. Ali clears up the line, but plenty of white shirts around, and that'll be a throw.
And so now we're getting into that phase of the game where if you are John Eyre, you're thinking about how you can shift the formation and not necessarily the formation, but at least the trail of play and how we can make an impact. 20 minutes left in the game. Again, Heidelberg have had the better of this 45 minutes, but it's St. Albans who are break clean. But how can we utilise our bench? How can we shake things up to try and get one of these opportunities and turn them into a goal?
Good positioning there from Maroc. Dragicevic. Done well. Dragicevic, only 17 years old.
He's been impressive tonight.
Good ball in the middle. Kalevsky, lovely ball down the line now. Can they find someone on the end of it? Cuts in, still going forward. Shot is blocked. Another chance here. It's low. Good save by Souza.
Had to adapt off a slight deflection off the shot, but he was alert to it. And as we were just seeing, St. Albans kind of worked their way back, shifting the momentum a little bit. They're the team that's had the better of these last 5 minutes. And any time you can spend in a situation like this, 2-1 up, away from home, get the ball in control in your opposition half, that's gold dust for a team like St. Albans.
Mikel Platt there. He's ran hard all evening. He's had to play a different style game since he got that yellow card. But is this a moment now for Luca Cabrera to come on for Dinamo and see out the remainder of this game? Home fans want to get this game going. They can sense maybe they can try to salvage a draw here at least.
And of course, a lot of them showing up to the stadium tonight, really expecting their team to come home with another win on what is a quite astounding run of wins for the football club. Well into the double digits. And it's St. Albans, the team who currently sit in the relegation zone in 12th place, are proving the biggest challenges to that record.
Cross to come here. It's low near post. Heidelberg clear. It'll be another throw. Starting to get into that dangerous territory now. Not much time left here for the Burgers. Can Dinamo hold on for a big victory? Cross comes in. It's high. Sharon at the back there, but unfortunately mistiming it. And it's a free kick. Good work there by Bassetto. Just had to wait for the challenge.
Yeah, well won. He's done well there, Max Bassetto. He's come in, he knows what his job is, and it's to provide an impact on this game. He's done well there. A huge, as we have this little period of St. Albans, that's a dangerous pass, but well controlled by Ryan Leflin. As he plays the ball forwards, cleared away. But just for the keeper again of Marko Bulic, just to allow a little bit of time after such an impactful first 20 minutes of this half, just for him to have a little breather and settle himself back down. They've done really well, St. Albans, just in these last 10 minutes. Take away the momentum that Heidelberg had coming out of the change rooms, and now they've left themselves with just 15 minutes to go to hold on to this win.
It's a big 15 minutes coming up here for Dinamo. Can they hold on for a very big upset?
As we see Heidelberg move, some more substitutions.
Number 7, Fletcher Fulton. Number 12, Dalibor Markovic.
And I believe it's Jay McGowan for Bourgeois as well.
So Johnny A making some changes here. Trying to keep their undefeated win streak alive here. 15 minutes left to go. Can the subs make an impact? Yeah, it's going to be a free kick.
I think good timing from Johnny A as well. Coming out into the second half with such momentum, you don't want to disrupt it. But as soon as St. Albans started to wrestle that back, it's the time to shake things up.
It's that Dynamo just have to frustrate the Burgers now. Stop-start football, not allow them to play their natural game. There'll be quite a number of minutes at a time, I would presume. Still got plenty of time left here, but it's slowly running out as the minutes tick by. Cross comes in. A rock clears. And it'll be a throw.
Yeah, not quite the runners in the right lanes there. Ryan Lethlean was moving towards the near post and the cross was beyond him.
Nice ball out wide. Cross comes in. Cleared by Dynamo. Another chance here. Good run here by Yokokawa. Play on, says the referee. One back again. McGowan. Oh, it's a poor turnover, but no numbers here for Dynamo. They're just got to wait for reinforcements. Try to hold it up as much as they can. That's going to be a free kick and a card as well.
Well, that's quite a simple yellow card there for the referee. Jamal Ali frustrated. He couldn't just play on. Just move the ball forwards. They had a little bit of space. They would have loved the play just to continue.
Looks like Josh Galevsky.
So we see the frustration going not just on the pitch but in the terraces as well. Heidelberg can feel this one just slipping away from them slightly.
We'll give you an update around the grounds. Dandenong Derby is still 0-0. Oakley leading 3-0 at half-time against Port Melbourne. And Hume City 1, Green Gully 1. So the David Chick Derby is turning out to be a really tough game there as Galevsky's still down here.
Well, while we have a little break in play, we can consider the implications of Oakley's 3-0 lead over at Port Melbourne as well, all of a sudden with a loss here for Heidelberg. That would bring Oakley right up to within 3 points of them on the NPL Victoria table, as we see the medical staff signalling for a substitution. It appears he'll take no further part in the game, Alex.
He's battled hard, Galevsky, but trying to see who they bring on. Yeah, looks like Luca Cabrera. So Galevsky will come off. Not looking too good for Galevsky. He's limping off here. As play goes on. Oh, it's a turnover here now. It's a chance. Shot comes in. Just.
Well, talk about a golden opportunity to put the game to bed. I think it was Markovic, the substitute, who's only been on the field a matter of minutes. An inexplicable turnover in defence. You don't see too many of those. And the hand straight to the head of the new left-back for Heidelberg has just come onto the field. That's almost a magnificently horrendous error.
Big let off there. Will that come back to haunt Dinamo now? We've got 10 minutes left to go, plus stoppage time. Dinamo will look to stop-start here. Just frustrate Heidelberg. Heidelberg need to go forward at every chance they get. Good run here now. They push it wide. Looking to play it down the line. Cross comes in. Shot comes in, and there it is. It's a beautiful finish in the end. And the Burgers get their second goal.
Well, Markovic immediately making amends for what could have been the goal that sent Heidelberg packing and giving St. Albans a 3-1 lead, but instead he goes down the other end and provides the ball across to Sabit Ignor, who makes it a double, to the rousing applause of the home fans here at Heidelberg, and this game is back level.
That's his 5th goal for the season. And what a time for it to come. Has he just saved the Burgers, or will they push on from here? It was a lovely cutback, and in the end, Sabit Ignor made them pay.
Talk about sliding moments in a game of football. Markovic almost gives up a goal one end and sets up one and down the other in a matter of what couldn't have been more than 60 seconds. Extraordinary.
Dinamo just got to pick themselves off the ground now. They've got to see this game out. They can't afford to have another loss here. We know head-to-head they play well against Heidelberg. This could be a season-defying draw for Dinamo. Much needed points in that relegation race, but plenty of time left, Lockie.
And we talked about early in the game how matches in a relegation battle, you're just looking for moments to inspire you, and as much as a point looks great on the table, to have that come after you're 2-0 up, I don't know how they're going to feel at the full-time whistle. If, of course, it stays that way.
Well, Heidelberg have been putting the pressure on. They've been sending the ball forward each time, attacking relentlessly, not allowing Dinamo to relax. And they finally got that goal they thoroughly deserved. It's going to be a flurry here now in the remaining 7 minutes. There'll be, I'd say, at least 5 minutes of added time as well. That time, McGowan can't get it down the line. Markovic to bring it in. Lysiotis goes wide to Collins. Cleared by Dinamo. Will be a throw now. What have they got left in the tank, Lockie?
Well, it's going to be fascinating to see, isn't it? It feels like the energy has just settled again. We've had that buzz of the goal. It's coming back down. 6 minutes left in regular play. As you have said, I expect a fair bit of stoppage time to be added on. We probably have a good 10 minutes at least left in this match. Plenty of time for either team to score a winner. But at the moment, it's Heidelberg with the momentum in this game has shifted again.
Can Dinamo find something? Flicked on by Markovic. And it's going to be a free kick to Heidelberg.
Well, we understand the context of what this game has looked like so far. Ryan Rethlein perhaps disguising a sportsman-like stretch for a drag off the field so they can continue. He's been waved away quickly. The referee is making it very clear he's stopping time for this. But he has been persistently calling for the St. Albans medical staff to enter the field, and here they eventually come. Obviously, you can understand how Heidelberg feel. They want to get on with this. They want to push for a third. And the pace of which the St Albans medical staff are entering the scenario is not being greeted with too much friendliness from the support on this near side.
Well, play will continue here. Dynamo will be down a player for the remainder of time until they make a substitution. Good challenge from Maroc. You think Cam Watson just has to make a sub and bring it back to 11 versus 11?
You'd think so, right? If we're down for this long, then obviously we're not trying to just delay the game. You'd want to get 11-11 back on as soon as possible. So he's got to think quick here, Cam Watson. He can't afford his team to be down a player too long because we've seen the momentum that Heidelberg is shifting onto this game.
Platt, good touch there, but too many yellow shirts. Lesiotis, McGowan now looks to play it down the line. Cross comes in. And Gore looking for a hat-trick here. Collins. Heidelberg have everyone forward in their attacking half. Markovic out wide. On the edge of the box. Maybe just doing too much with it. And Gore back to Collins.
St Albans are shifting well, not allowing the pockets of space.
Doing it with a player down. Still going forward here. Out wide. Markovic brings it down well. What has the Burgers got left in the tank here? Surprised Souza's not in there, his attacking half at the moment. He's just sitting at the edge of the semicircle and Gore makes a run. It'll be a throw.
I was about to bring up the same point. You could just see him as the passage of play was building up, just step by step, edging ever so closer to the halfway line.
Still no sub here from Cam Watson. Interesting call.
You need 11 players on the field. At a certain point, even if it's going to take him 2 minutes to get back on the field, that's, you know, a lot of time considering how much we actually have left to play in this game.
A hush goes over Olympic Village here. 2 minutes to go plus stoppage time. Dynamo clear. It'll be a throw right in front of the Burgers bench. They go back to Collins.
And still St Albans are a player down. What are we at? 2-3 minutes?
There's just no movement here from the Burgers in the last couple of minutes. They haven't taken advantage of the added player. Zidius wants to come back on the field. High ball in the air. They go back. Left lean. It's 6-on-6 now. Zidius is back on. Oh, sorry. 11-11. Zidius is back on. He's wearing the 6. They go wide. Burgers desperately sending numbers forward. Dynamo are defending like their life depends on it. It'll be a throw.
If my eyes are serving me well, I believe it's a 7 that currently awaits on the board of the 4th official. So there is still plenty of time for Heidelberg.
Does look like 7 there. Good work, Lockett.
No binoculars either, mate.
It's a long time as we head into the final minute here at Olympic Village. Bullich can't take his time. He's on a yellow already. Sends it forward. Platt to target. Brought down here. Shot comes in. And that's going to the corner.
Yeah, an optimistic effort, as you can see. Yaron Souza, that's the quickest he's moved all game to go collect the ball from near the corner flag. They are keen, Heidelberg. They don't want this winning streak to end tonight.
So, Long ball forward. Platt's got a lot to do here. Collins clears. The Burgess send it forward. And Gore. He's kept it in. So into stoppage time here at Olympic Village. 7 long minutes if you're a Dinamo fan. It'll be a Burgess throw right in front of the bench. Cross comes in. It's too long. It'll be a goal kick.
Yeah, not quite directed the right way, Basetto. And it's one of those things the players have to deal with as you get towards the latter stages of this match. You're so tempted just to throw everything at it in a specific moment. Whereas the better idea for him was just to recycle the play. But instead he's coughed up the ball. And it does feel, obviously the scores are even, but just the momentum of the match, it feels like St Albans are kind of in that anywhere will do mode. And clearing the ball long is their main objective. And they've got around 5 minutes to hang on in this one.
Lesiotis just taking a tumble. One back. Platt, he can go wide again. Asking a lot from Zidius. Cross comes in. They go wide again now. Cuts back on his right. The shot comes in. He just didn't have enough on there.
Tell you what, it was good feet from Cabrera as well, just to find a little bit of space on the top of the box and distribute wide. The effort in the end was a little disappointing.
We've got 5 minutes left to go here at Olympic Village. Can Dinamo hold on? Souza goes long. Zidius mistimes it. He gets back in time, and it'll be a throw.
And the instructions from the home faithful are clear to hear. I'm sure even if you're sitting on the bench at the far side, they want their team to go on and win this. Not too many chances left to go, though.
Dinamo come away with it now. Just got to hold it up. Oh, it's a poor back pass, but they have the numbers in the back. Bulic will soak up a bit of time. Despite the scoreline, you feel like the home fans will feel like it's a loss?
It's going to be one of those games where if it finishes 2-2, then both teams will be disappointed. Obviously, St Albans would have loved this result at the start of the 90 minutes tonight, but from where they were in the match, they'll be extremely disappointed they haven't held on to this lead.
And Gore now tries to beat, and offside flag is raised.
And more frustration.
Four minutes to go here at Olympic Village. Dinamo just holding on barely. Bulic goes wide, looking for Zidius. Platt. Good 1-2. Cabrera just not on the same page. Comes back the other way now. Dinamo just got to get numbers behind the ball here. It's a good run. And that'll be a corner in a very dangerous part of the ground.
And it's the fresh legs of Max Basetto bursting down the left wing against the tired legs who's played the whole match, Josef Chelina. They've done well to prevent an entry into the penalty box. But it's another chance for Heidelberg as we edge even closer towards the conclusion of this match.
Have the Burgers got something left? Cross comes in, looking for the back post. That'll be a goal kick. Two and a half minutes left here at Olympic Village. Dinamo holding on for dear life. Home fans want to get the game going. Goes Straight down the middle. Lysiotis. High ball out wide. And Gore gets a second chance at it. It'll be a throw for the Burgers. Collins. Souza sends it forward. Dragicevic. Platt. Just got to hold it up there. Lysiotis comes away with it. And Dragicevic will go into the books there, I think.
And Heidelberg want to get the ball moving quickly. The referee is going to insist that it be brought back to where the foul occurred. There is not much time left in this game. We're almost at the discretion of the referee.
A minute left to go. Can Dinamore hold on? Sent forward. High ball for Platt. Headed back. Markovic out wide to McGowan. Good challenge there from Burns. Diving header from Zidias now. A rock. He's back on his feet. It's a throw here.
I'm not quite sure that the camera caught one of the most outrageous foul throws from Markovic down the left side, but the ball has gone forward. It's Heidelberg. It's last chance saloon.
30 seconds left here. Can Dinamore hold on? Left lean. Trying to create some space. Collins. Yeah, it's a free kick here. And I think it might be last chance saloon here. We've hit the magic 7 minutes mark. Souza wants to get it moving quickly. The more time the Burgers waste, the less time they have left. It's going to be a card, looks like, for... No. Referee's called it back here.
That's been consistent through the entire match. The ball will be played where the foul occurred.
Collins now over the ball. It's last chance here. Sends it forward. Plenty of white shirts around. They just need to clear it. Desperate defending. It comes out for Bassotto. Squares it. Shot comes in. Cleared by Dinamore.
That's it.
The full-time whistle sounds at Olympic Village. And it ends in a stalemate. 2-2 after Dinamore got off to a flyer, scoring the first 2 goals. And Sabit and Gore scored 2 goals for the Burgers to earn themselves a draw. Their unbeaten streak still continues, but the Burgers will be disappointed by that one.
Yeah, Heidelberg will be disappointed that they couldn't come out of this game with a win. St. Albans will be disappointed that they didn't come out of this game with a win after being 2-0 up within the first half hour of the game. Credit to them for the way they started this match. They came and they disrupted the usual flow of the Heidelberg build-up, and that's what created their opportunities. And then some brilliance from Sabit and Yor. They had some ideas in the second half, Heidelberg. They moved the ball down the right where they had good matchups, but in the end it was the individual brilliance of Ingor. Thank
you so much this evening, Lockie. On behalf of the team here, myself, Alex Sivkorowski, we thank you all for tuning in. Plenty of football still left to come. Still got Dandenong, Derby, Oakley, Port Melbourne and Hume City, Green Gully. You can switch over to the YouTube channel and watch those games. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll see you around the grounds.